What's up, fellas? Welcome back to Effortless Gent. Today we're going to take a look at the Nike Air Fear of God 1s. So just a quick disclaimer, I am not a hardcore sneakerhead. This channel is actually all about smart, sharp, casual style, but I do love sneakers a lot and I really love these Fear of God 1s, so I wanted to give you guys an inside look and kind of talk a little bit about how it feels, how it looks close up, give you a little bit of an insider's look, just so you can determine for yourself if it's a pair that you want to pick up or not. So as you might already know, the Air Fear of God 1s are a collaboration between Nike and Jerry Lorenzo, the founder of the brand Fear of God. And in general, the Air Fear of God 1 has like a sneaker boot sort of construction. So you're thinking about like a high top sneaker mixed with a boot. And as of now, there are two colorways. One is black and I believe off-white, and this one is actually the light bone colorway. This is actually full leather, which I love. It's not that mesh material like the black colorway has. Okay, so why don't I walk you through this packaging and the shoes themselves, and you can take a look. So the Air Fear of God 1s come in this coral box. Like I said, it's very sturdy. Actually, I do want to point out on the box, there is a spot gloss Fear of God logo. There's a Nike logo, also spot gloss. It's very minimal, which I love. It's super clean. These shoes come with a few things when you open up this box. So first of all, there's like this heavy duty mesh tote. I guess you could use this as a dust bag if you wanted, but it's probably most likely just, you know, an extra tote that you might want to carry around. It has a Nike and Fear of God logos printed sort of like behind the mesh on the interior lining. So you can kind of see that up close. So other than the tote, what comes in the box is this sealed bag. There's a Nike Fear of God tag as well as some lace stoppers in here. And then so each shoe is actually wrapped in this metallic bag, and it looks insane. And so this is what the shoe looks like. Okay, so like I already mentioned, this is a sneaker boot design. It's very snug. So if you have like a really wide foot, I don't know if this shoe is gonna work for you that well. Because you're like wearing a sock basically when you throw this thing on. So, you know, the first thing off the bat, that's why I noticed that this is a full leather shoe, which I love. I don't like the mesh. I don't know, this colorway kind of gives me those like Back to the Future Part 2 Marty McFly vibe, doesn't it? Except it's like, I think it's a little bit more slick and minimalistic. I really love this shoe. Another thing I really noticed on the Air Fear of God 1s is the very minimal branding. Like if you look at this silhouette, it's already pretty futuristic, pretty crazy. The design is really unique. And so I don't also need like a bunch of like logos that are like cluttering up the design. So that's one thing I really love about this shoe. It's super clean. There is one Nike logo right here on the side, and then on the sole right here it says Air Fear of God and a serial number. I believe that's what that is. And then on the back there is a Nike and Fear of God logos. So overall, the branding is really subtle. I know, and everyone who is a fan of these shoes will know that these are the Air Fear of God 1s, so I don't really need all of that branding anyway, so I'm glad that they decided to design it this way. I also really want to point out that this leather is, it's really supple and soft. It has like the texture almost feels like suede, like that nappiness of suede, but it's not, because it's still very smooth. But the leather is like something that I'm a big fan of, like leather products, and I have a lot of really nice leather bags, and this leather feels really incredible. This is like the nicest sort of leather that I felt in a sneaker. It feels like very premium leather, and I really appreciate it, especially coming from a $350 price point. That's what I expect, but I didn't know it would feel this nice out the box before I received it. So as you can see, the lacing system is really unique. This is already like a boot design, so actually to stick your foot in, you have to unzip the back here. And this is kind of one thing that I don't know, I'm a little worried about, because I feel that, you know, if you're going to be wearing these shoes relatively often, the zippers, they're not like that durable. I don't think they don't feel that durable to me. I could be wrong, but I would just worry about this breaking after a few uses, just because I mean it's very tough to sort of zip up and down. So that's like my one thing that I don't really like about this shoe. I like the design. I think it's interesting that they have this heel cup, or like I guess it's kind of like instead there's no tongue here on this shoe. This is sort of like acts like the tongue, but it's on the back of the shoe. And I appreciate the look of it. I think the design's really clean. I just worry about this zipper breaking. Like I mentioned, if you have a really wide foot, you might have trouble wearing this shoe. There's not much room to get in there. Also, if you have flat feet, I'm gonna assume that I walked in this a little bit. I have a flatter foot. I didn't experience any like discomfort. Your mileage may vary on this as far as comfort goes, but I know for a fact though that when I put this on, these are like probably the most secure like sneakers that I've ever tried on, right? Because when you zip this up and your foot's in there, and these laces, like they sort of help to secure a little bit more, but really I feel like it's more of an aesthetic thing. Like it doesn't really feel any more tighter when I tie these. I mean, I guess I could like loop them around a little bit, but in general, like your ankle and your foot is really secure in there. Another thing that adds to the security of this shoe, as far as like when you're wearing it, how it feels secure on your foot, it doesn't feel like it's gonna slip off and your foot's not rolling around in here, is like this sort of heel cage that kind of wraps all the way around the shoe. As you can see, like sort of from the midsole all the way back around. You can see it right there. This sort of adds a little bit of extra security around your ankle when you if you really lace these up tight. So that's another cool design. Also, it just looks really cool, and I like how it has that light bone color, matches the leather. I should also mention that there is a sort of like reflective strip or whatever on the toe that you can't necessarily see, but I'm going to assume that if a bright light is hitting that, you'll be able to see the reflection more. I also really like this air bubble, which I've never really seen this before in a Nike shoe, or any shoe really. The air bubble is completely flush with the sole itself. So, most air bubbles are going to be bubbly. Like you're going to see a physical bubble on the shoe. This is like super slick. There's no jutting out from the heel or from the soles and the sides of the shoes. It's amazing. Like, it's just a really cool design. I really like how they incorporated that this air bubble in here. So that's really it. I just wanted to sort of give you my it's like a first look and my first impressions of this shoe. This is retailing currently at $350 or $380, I guess, something around there. I know right now online they're probably going for around $700-800. Is it worth it? Well, if you are a fan of Jerry or a Fear of God or of Nike and you want like a really cool looking shoe that you can ball with, but also it's just a great street shoe, yeah, I think this is worth it. If you have the money, go for it. I think it's a cool shoe. It's not anything that is that I've seen really, and like I said, I'm not a hardcore sneaker guy, but I think my perspective coming from a place of just really classic sort of classic casual style, but still really liking sneakers, for me to be into this enough to do like a video on it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys my impressions. So again, overall first thoughts, this is sort of my summary. I do love this shoe, the Nike Air Fear of God ones. The design aesthetic, the colorway. I love the light bone color. I love its full leather. I love the design, just details and the aspect of it all. It's very minimal branding. I just think it's a really cool shoe. I appreciate, from a design perspective and packaging perspective, I appreciate what it comes with. Like, it comes with a great tote. It comes with all these extras. It comes with shoelaces. These are lace stoppers. You can really customize the look of your shoe because of all these things that it's coming with. And then also like the coral box. It's just a really cool, if you're a collector, I think you like this kind of stuff. The way that the shoe came in these metal bags, like it's really cool, man. Like this is cool. I think I'll be honest with you, this is like my first sort of like drop that I participated in as a fan of sneakers. Like I'm not one to like buy like trendy stuff. That's just not my style personally. But like I said, I do really love sneakers, and I'm starting to get more and more into them. And yeah, so this is sort of like my first pickup, and so I'm really excited about these. And I think it's worth the buy if you're a collector, if you appreciate sort of good design, and if you like Fear of God stuff, if you like Nike stuff, I think it's a good pickup. So that's really all I got for you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave a comment below, etc., etc., etc. I will see y'all in the next video.